Broadcasting all over the world at urbanbroadcastmedia.com. Delivering love and inspiration 24/7. This is UBM Praise.
Worried about paying your light bill? CARE programs offer help so you can stay in the light. To see if you qualify, visit comed.com/care or call 888-806-CARE.
ComEd presents the power of staying in the light. Having trouble juggling all your bills? Are you worried about the lights getting turned off? ComEd CARE programs can help you keep the lights on. CARE programs offer help to those facing financial hardships. All inquiries are confidential. To see if you qualify, visit comed.com/care or call 1-888-806-CARE. ComEd, powering lives. Grant amounts may vary while funds are available.
Let's go.
Sir Walter Jones.
Who is it?
Sir Walter Jones.
What's his name?
Sir Walter Jones.
Whose show is this?
Sir Walter Jones.
Who is it?
Sir Walter Jones.
Say it again.
Sir Walter Jones.
Who you with?
Sir Walter Jones.
One more again.
Sir Walter Jones.
The Sir Walter Jones Show. Co-host Alvin Carter. We are a Christian talk show in where we tackle all the hot topics in a believer's walk. Wednesday is Music Business Night. We feature new and old artists. We talk about the music ministry in churches, choirs, musicians, music directors, etc. And we talk about publishing, record deals, ASCAP, etc.
Sir Walter Jones.
Who is it?
Sir Walter Jones.
What's his name?
Sir Walter Jones.
Whose show is this?
Sir Walter Jones.
Who is it?
Sir Walter Jones.
Say it again.
Hello, everybody out there. This is Sir Walter, the Sir Walter Jones Show. We are wonderfully made, beautifully, and I'm telling you, God did his work, his best work, when he invented me. He created me, and he said, you know what? I'm going to just throw away the mold. This is the best I've done.
You were fearfully and wonderfully made.
I am, indeed. And then you came along.
There's the fearful.
There's the fear. Hey, man, well, listen. We have an exciting show today. This is episode number thrice. Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit.
I like that number.
I love that number. That number's a good number. Mm-hmm. And I tell you, there's three things that bear witness. I'm not going to go to preaching today. This is the music business show. We're going to talk about the music ministry and the music business. So what we're going to do is we're going to split these 2 hours in half. And the first half of the hour, we're going to talk about the music ministry. We're going to talk about your church. We'll talk about what's going on in your church music-wise. But what we're going to do is give a history of the music industry at large, basically. We have a special guest that are on their way coming here, who just dropped a new CD, and we'll talk about her when that time comes. And we're just so excited that a lot of you have tuned in to us on all of the interwebs by way of Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and YouTube and Spreaker.com is where a lot of our files are found. And
Tin Can and all.
Tin Can and you name it, we're out there. And that's what the music business is also. We're going to talk about how to get exposure. This is a digital world, Al. And everything that we do now, it's on the internet.
So I can't stand on the corner and say, buy my CD no more, or my cassette, my 8-track.
You can, but good luck with that.
Okay.
You know, the old way of doing music don't work anymore. You know?
Anybody got a needle?
Yeah, well, now I'm gonna tell you about the needle though. Now they went back to making records. Okay, vinyl. The flip side of that though is vinyl is expensive. Okay, because you know the whole thing about economics is supply and demand thing. Okay. When there is
I got some shoes we can rehab.
Yeah, you if we can rehab.
Recycle, yeah.
Okay.
Recycle shoes.
Yeah. Now the cassette tapes we thought had died. Okay.
They're bringing cassettes back?
Well, let me tell you something. Okay, because this is a history show.
Okay.
All right. Now, let's go back.
Okay.
We had the 8-track tapes.
Yes.
Remember? Now, those did die.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Now, for those of you young people out there who don't understand.
Hard carrying them around in your pocket.
It was very hard, all right? And then they supplied these cars with 8-track tapes. Now, the thing about them is that you couldn't fast forward and you couldn't rewind.
You went from next song to
next song. You know, now you can go from next song to next song, but you just couldn't rewind it. If you heard your favorite spot in the song, you had to wait
and replay the whole
until they come around again. All right, and then you turn the thing around. And then the cassette tapes. Okay, when we had the cassette tapes, we did have an opportunity to rewind and fast forward
and pause.
And that's right, and pause and record over the tape. Unfortunately, it's an analog. It was an analog world then, where tapes broke. They split in half.
Thank God for Scotch tape.
Scotch tape was God sent back
Lord.
then.
Yes, Lord.
And now you had to have your little small screwdriver, little Phillips screwdriver. You had to make sure you get up in there. Sometimes what I use,
Pointed steak knife.
a steak knife. There you go. It's like you know my notes, and you get your stuff, get your scissors, and you're good to go. And then the CD came along and kind of wiped out all these things before.
Yeah,
okay. All right. Now, but here's the thing: the cassette tapes never really died.
Okay.
It downsized. Yes. Used to be a time when we would if you was getting ready to release a project, you would go to the duplications places and you would duplicate 1,000 cassettes.
Yes.
And maybe 500 CDs because CDs was brand new. Then it went down to 500 cassettes, 1,000 CDs because CDs are getting more popular.
Yes.
Then it became maybe you get about 200, 300 cassettes. Then it went to no cassettes at all CDs, okay, duplication. But what happened was the cassette tapes stayed alive because the churches.
Yeah.
That's what kept the CDs alive. Yes, because a lot of people in churches, especially in the Bible Belt in the South, they did not want to get rid of those cassette players.
And they could depend on them. They understood them. The cassette had more durability.
Absolutely. Sure did. And so the preachers and the speakers and what have you, they kept the cassette tapes alive. And so now you can still buy cassettes, but you just can't really buy them in music. You buy them in, let's say, sermonettes and talks and what have you. And, audio books, things like that. The audio book industry keeping the cassettes alive.
And for people who have a car that's still 20 years old.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they're taking them out of the cars, right? It's just like the...
I'm not letting mine go.
the radio, your cars also, not your cars, but the computers, remember they had the 3.5 floppy disks, okay? And they got rid of those. I'm like, oh no, I got all these floppy disks, what am I going to do with them? And so they got rid of them. But the cars is eventually going to get rid of the CD players. Because most people now, when they get in the car, the first thing they ask for is a Bluetooth ready. Okay, and because they got their iPods, their iPads, and their iPhones, and all these things, and they plug them into the auxiliary jack, and so they're going to get rid of that. I think
I'm
CDs.
in trouble.
Yeah, we're right.
I'm in trouble.
But let me tell you though, CD duplication is still popular. Even though we have a lot of things on iTunes and CD Baby and all these things, believe it or not, people still want a physical package in their hands. Yes, still want it.
Yes.
Yeah. So those
got to have a package.
Yes. So you artists out
not
there,
the package,
but a package. So if you out there and you wondering, should I print up 1,000 CDs still? Yes, you should. If you can afford it, you still should do it because there's still people who want that physical product. And of course, you definitely need to go to iTunes and get your stuff uploaded and what have you, CD Baby and all of the other areas. Okay, so what we're gonna do is this first hour is talk about the history. You're a history man. Okay, you're a school teacher. This is what I heard. Yeah. I'm known to hear lies. Okay. but this show here is geared to the music person. Now, Monday night was Men Chronicles, and we talk about, very controversial issues of dealing with men and, why they can't commit and what have you. And then Tuesday, the Pink Perspective, the women came on, and they talked about why men can't commit. And then women in ministry. All right. So that audience it probably left us tonight.
Okay.
All right. Now we got a new audience that tuned in.
Okay.
Today. These are the people who are like, okay, I want to know what can I do with my choir. Okay.
Choir? What's that?
That's not a choir, but a choir.
What's a choir?
Oh, choir. Oh, the CH, the CH. O-I-R, the choir.
Q-U-Y.
Then, yeah.
Is that a French word?
That is. The choir, you got praise team.
Oh, I heard of them.
Okay. Ain't that something?
I heard of praise
What
team.
happened to the choir?
All them empty seats behind the preacher. I don't understand.
There was an exodus that happened in our in the black church. Not just the black church, a lot of the Caucasian churches too I've seen lately. But especially our churches used to be the choir marched in on Sunday morning.
Yes.
Okay. And tore up the place. And then they did the Lord's Prayer at the beginning, and then they went on. Something happened, man. The choir went from 60 to 40 to 20, and then went down to a chorale, and now it's down to a praise team. That's all we got now. And the praise team was still trying to do choir songs.
I ain't heard that lately.
Well, lately, no, you're not. But I mean,
Sound like R&B music.
Well, something else also happened in the church, in the black church especially, is that we began to move away from the songs that we created, and we began to adopt the CCM music, contemporary Christian music of Don Moen, Integrity,
Rich Mullins.
Rich Mullins.
I like him. God bless his heart. Rest in peace, my brother.
Chris. Let's see, Michael W. Smith,
Yes.
Stephen Curtis Chapman, Amy Grant, and all. We began to bring their music into our church, and we began to make it urban. Okay?
Yes, but then they took ours.
Or they'd been have taken ours. They took ours in the 60s
and smoothed, and they moved over or smoothed out the rough edges and chipped away at them. And
absolutely.
So
Now
Brooklyn Tab has now
yes.
taken all of our music and taken the oomph away and just kept the substance of it.
I actually love the Brooklyn Tabernacle.
All right, sometimes.
I love them. Yeah. Now it's a to each his own type thing.
No, I agree.
Yeah. Now I like the whole.
I like their original music. I don't like when they redo ours.
Oh, you mean the Brooklyn Tab?
Yes.
I like them both. I do.
Okay.
I think it's fair though because we redo theirs.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's fair, and I think this whole denominationalism, where the separate, because they say 11 o'clock is the most hypocritical hour of the week on Sunday.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are not together.
No, we're not. So now that we are crossing our music in, I think this is a great thing. I think it's a sign of things to come. Wonderful things to come with a melting pot. Unfortunately, when you turn on the news and you see how these police are treating you African Americans while you're driving while you're black.
So glad I'm not an African American.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Never once been to Africa. I plan to go though.
I don't.
It's unfortunate that you don't see, but and in the churches, I lived in South Dakota a few years ago.
Yeah,
I did. There's about 2 blacks in that whole town.
I was about to say, you look like a stain on a white shirt.
It's about 2 of us. And
you a coffee grind,
right,
in a white cup.
I walked in a predominantly white church, and they looked at me funny. It was a Sunday morning. And they looked at me like,
"Where did you come from?"
No, really, what they were saying was,
"Wrong church, 2 blocks down."
That's literally what they said. They said that Faith Temple Church. That's what you're looking for. Is right up the street over there. I'm like, no, I'm not looking for Faith Temple. I'm a member there. I come to visit you. Oh, well, welcome. Come on in. The thing, this, when they turn colors, they're really colored people.
Oh, they're the most colored people I ever met.
Yeah.
Because when they happy, they turn red. When they jealous, they turn green. Green with envy.
Oh yeah.
When they embarrassed, when they sad, they blue. And they call us colored. We just one shade. We shades.
To all my white brothers out there, I've got so many wonderful Caucasian friends out there, especially on Facebook and the ones that I know personally. I love them because they are hilarious. We talk about each other and we do it in love, and it's just so hilarious. And if you can, now some of you out there who say if you could count how many white friends you have, that's a problem. That's a problem. Just like white people,
I can't count any.
I'm not prejudiced. 2 of my friends are black. When you can count them, it's the issue. But I can't count my white friends. I have so many of them across the country. In New York, I got them in California, and I have a few in Florida. And there's just a lot of them. And I love what they have brought to my life as far as music ministry is concerned.